Alright, boys and girls, and welcome to Gordon Guitar and to a cool song called Rule the World. This one is the Wanted's Rule the World, and this one is pretty easy to play, only 4 chords here, and you can choose to play it in a simpler way, but you can also choose to add in melodies to this strumming here. So we will go through both ways. First, we need to set our capo here on the 3rd fret, and we have 4 different chords to learn. And this will go in the same order through the whole entire song here. So it will be C to G to D. We will learn a variation of D here, and also finally E minor. So let's start first with the C chord here. So that is 3rd on A, 2nd on D, open G, 1st B, and open E. Then we have G. So that is 3rd on E, 2nd on A, open D, open G, 3rd B, and 3rd E. And then we have this D chord, which I love here. It's very, it's airy, and I love to play that chord in many other settings as well, not only for this song. So this one is played here on the 5th fret A string, then 4th fret D string, then open G, and 3rd fret B. And you can also bring in the open E in the end there. Yeah, and then finally the E minor. So open E, 2nd A, 2nd D, open G, open B, and open E. And I just want to mention, if you just choose to strum this song here, basic strumming, which I'm gonna show you pretty soon here, you can also go with a standard D, which is open D, 2nd G, 3rd B, and 2nd E, instead of this variation of D here. So I showed you this both ways here of playing in the intro here of this tutorial. So you could you can use the standard D there as well if you want to choose to do that. But if you want to choose to play the melody here, which we're gonna learn later, then go for this D up here. Now, how do we handle this in the most easiest way? You're gonna learn one strumming pattern now, so that will be down, 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 up. So we're gonna look at that strumming pattern with the C chord. That is the 1st chord in the song. Since the chord progression will be the same, it will be C, G, D, and E minor. So with the C here, it will be down, 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 up. Down, 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 up. Down, 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 up. And like in many times before, when I teach this strumming pattern, I like to play more on the bass strings on the first 2 downs, and I answer more on the middle and top strings on the down, down, up. That gives you more variation into the playing and the sound there. So yeah, down, 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 up. That is 1 round of strumming. You will play 2 rounds for each chord. So 2 rounds on C, G, D, and E minor. So with that, we're gonna play a couple rounds now and feel it. So let's go. C, C, D, G, G, D, and E minor. Sorry, let's go again. C, G, G, D, D, and E minor. We can bring in the other D as well. C, G, and D up here. Down, 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 down. Yeah, so that is how you make the strumming here for this song. And that will actually cover the whole song if you just do that. But if you want to go a step higher from this and even bring in the melodies here, we have 2 of them, then we need to look at where the melodies are played. So the main melody for this one goes like this. I'm just gonna show you the clean notes here from this one. So let's go. So again. That is actually the right way of playing. It's sometimes hard to just get the melody if you're not making more of it. So with strumming, it's actually easier to play this one. But that's just to illustrate where the melody is and how it sounds by itself. So I'm gonna show you how to play it first, and then we're gonna look at how to incorporate that into a strumming pattern. So it starts on the open E string on top, then open again, then third B string, and then open B string. Okay, so. And here starts, first was the C chord, of course, and then here starts the G, and then it comes with the open B, and then second G, and on this note here, the fourth D string starts the D. Okay, so far, open E again, then third B, and open B. Here starts the G chord, and then open B, second G, and third D. Here starts the D chord. And then you go fifth on the D string, and back to fourth on the D string, and second on the D string. And here starts the E minor. And then it's just a bridge here to the, that's binds everything together to the next round, and it goes, and that is second on D, open G, second G, open G, and fourth D. Okay, so let's go over this melody here. Starts on open E. That is the melody there. Okay. So, like we said here, it starts with C. So, G, D, E minor, and the bridge there. So, we could be very technical about it and go over exact the downs and ups for every note here, and we can go over it pretty fast now of how I play it and how I use this melody into the strumming here. But I believe the best way is to actually just know where the notes are, and then you make it up for yourself there when you want to play the strumming here, and just the bass notes from the chord, or the actual notes from this melody here. So you need to make it to your own stuff there. So I can pretty fast go over how I handle this melody here. So let's go. So I play the strumming pattern first with the C chord here. And here automatically you have this open E, which is the first note in this melody here. So I play the down, 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 up. That is the basic strumming here that we just learned before here for the song. So down, 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 up on the open E here. And then comes the open E again, and then bass. Then comes the next note here, which is the third B string. And then I bring in the bass again, and then the open B string, which is the next note there. So and then comes the next chord, which is the G. Here I just move up my two fingers that I use from the C chord here, the middle and the ring finger, one string down, and get the G kind of grip there. Okay, so there, when I go there, I play the open B string there. I strum the full strumming on this one. Exact same the way as I played when I played the C here on the open E. This time it's the open B and the full strumming. And then I hit the note again. And then the second G. And then I move up my middle finger here to the fourth on the D string to prepare for the next chord, which is the D here. So. And on this note here, this fourth D string, I play the strumming again here. So in the same way as I played on the C and on the G, I play it now on the D. And then I hit the next note, which will be here on the 5th fret D string with my little pinky here. So I keep my grip here from the D chord. And I hit the extra note with my little pinky here on the 5th D string. And I go back to this 4th D string and I hit the 2nd on the D. And I fulfill with my E minor. Down, 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 up. And then comes... And here I just pick every note. It's 5 notes. And that will be exact 5 downs like it is in the strumming pattern. Down, 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 up. So that is how it goes slowly. So yeah, just a brief way of how I do it. You do it in your own way and what feels easiest and more comfortable for you. That's the most important thing here. So now that was the melody for the first main melody, you can say. Then we have this in the middle of the song. To mention here 1 and 24 into the song, so 1 minute and 24 seconds. We have this release just before the next verse. So right before in the lyrics, people, they try to tell you who you're supposed to be. So right before that, 1:24 into the song, comes another melody. Okay, so this one goes like this. Okay, so that is the melody here, just the notes. So of course, based upon the same chords there. And for this one, yeah, you have to do it in your own way. It's I mean, it's no point of me just telling you up and downs for everything. You know about this melody pretty soon, and then incorporate that into a strumming pattern. And if you don't get every note, I mean, that's no problem. You will still, if you get half of the notes, you will still hear that some differences there. Just if you compare it to just the basic strumming, I mean, that's a big difference there. So yeah, aim for half of the notes, and if you get more, that's great. So how do we find this melody? It starts here on the D string, so 2 times on the 2nd fret D string. Then comes the open G, then 2nd G, then open G, then open B, and then open G. And that is C and the G part. So again, 2nd D, 2nd D, open G, 2nd G, open G, open B, open G. Okay, so far. Then comes this bridge to the next chords there, which is the D. And that bridge is open D, open G, and 2nd G. And then you move up here to this D chord here. Okay, so that will be the melody on the 4th fret D string 3 times. And normally you could go up here to the 2nd fret D string, but I actually prefer to take it on the 7th fret A string. There's a reason for that. When you're strumming, it will be easier to reach out to that one than release your grip or even try to get it with your index finger here to the 2nd fret D string, because in both ways you probably need to release something, and that's, yeah, you don't have time when you're strumming. So I prefer to get the next note here on the 7th fret A string. So if we go back again, we start from this after this bridge part, and it's 3 times on the D string, right? And then 7th fret A string, and then back to 4th fret D string, and then open G string, and then 2nd D string. So to repeat that part again, 3 times on the 4th fret D string, then 7th fret A string, then 4th fret D string again, then open G, and then 2nd D. And then we have this final bridge part that we had in the first melody, played in the same way there. 2nd D, open G, 2nd G, open G, and 4th D. Okay, so with a strumming pattern here, it could sound something like this, and I will try now. It's always harder, but I will try to go down in speed here so you can see how I play. So let's go. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, and you see I miss a couple of notes there, here and there, but I think when you listen to the whole picture there, you really get this melody. And I, of course, could need some practice, more than 10 minutes before this tutorial, but that's another way. That's a different thing there. So with practice comes greatness here, and that's the rule for all these songs we practice on this channel. Do your homework and you will feel comfortable with it. But like I said in the beginning, if you just want to start with the strumming, the down, 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 up, then go for that, and then you can slowly start to add in different notes to the melodies like we learned now. So yeah, this release comes back later in the song. 2:38 into the song comes the second and final release there, this second melody here. You will play that in the first round. In the first time you play it on the 124 part, you play it for 2 rounds, and then you go back to this main melody here, and then in 2:38 you play it for 4 rounds. And then after this 4th round of this other melody, this release melody, you play 2 rounds of the basic chord progression, the C, G, D, and E minor, but just with 1 down on each chord. And that pretty much ends this song. And yeah, I hope this was helpful for you guys. If it was, please let me know, thumb up, and see you soon. Don't forget guys, play tuned.